So here we are up in the loft, and here's a piston for an A. There's some old wiring harness and some lights. But here are those 3-point hitch parts. Now this is not, obviously it's not a factory 3-point hitch. It's all kind of homemade, it looks like. Well, these aren't. But those rocker arms, those are homemade, it looks like. And these were purchased, just kind of a universal kit. But it does seem to be pretty heavy duty, and so I'm still going to use it. And so let's grab this and get it down. So our third link to that 3-point hitch is out here. It's outside around the side of the shop in the snow, but I think it should be sticking out the top. I don't think the snow is that deep yet. There it is right there. Let me show you. Here is, whoa, it's deep. Yeah, it's deep. But this is the third. Ooh, it's frozen. Oh, I'm gonna go get a shovel. This is a flywheel pulley to the Model M. So it hooks up on there. There's the output shaft from the back of the tractor, and then that's the belt pulley. We don't need that. This here is the hitch. Yeah, that's good. Let me show you. I'll get over here. So right here and here, it hooks onto the back of the axles of the tractor. Here's your third point, and then it has right here and here. Those are where the arms of the 3-point hitch attach. And then these things, I think, are where those stabilizer arms of the 3-point hitch attach. And then it's got to attach on the bottom right here. So right there, those two bolts attach into the side of the hitch that's on the tractor right now. So anyway, it's a pretty well-made piece. It would have been a pain to have to try to make that all myself. So I'm really glad that I still have it. And I think the only bad thing is, when this is on the tractor, I don't think you can use the hydraulic connections, which you can't use a hydraulic connection and the 3-point hitch at the same time because of the way the power troll is. It's running one or the other, but it would be nice to be able to access those hydraulic points on the back of the tractor while this is still on it. So I don't know. We'll see once I get it on how it turns out. I think it will even just barely clear my backflip. Yep. Just for your information, I love this topper. It is so handy. It's pretty waterproof. It's not as waterproof as my last, you know, I had a full-on like camper topper, which was nice. It kept everything waterproof, but it was a pain if I ever had to haul anything. But this backflip, it's like a hard aluminum. I love this thing. And it just, you can see up in there, it just attaches at these rails. Anyway, if you've ever wondered about getting one of these to keep the back of your truck nice and dry, which obviously when I load it full of snow, it's not going to help, but this thing is super nice. Highly recommend. So I brought these parts home, cleaned them up, and put a coat of paint on them. And I think when I was loading them into my truck, I initially thought that all of this was homemade. But after looking at it again, I don't think it's homemade. I think it's it's obviously not, you know, John Deere OEM. But when you look at everything, all of these parts, you can tell that they've been stamped, cut out. None of these holes are drilled. They're just, you know, pressed out with a punch. And the shape of the top of all of the, you know, if this was homemade, I don't think that the farmer would have like put a nice crown on the top of that piece. It would have just been cut straight across. Same thing with this part. It wouldn't have been cut top and bottom with a nice big slot here. It probably would have just been, you know, cut with a piece of angle iron and welded together. And that's the other thing. Speaking of the welds, all of these welds are all really, really high quality. They're all very strong, and you know, either the farmer, if this was homemade, the farmer was a professional welder in his past life, because everything is really, really heavy duty made. Anyway, it's all cleaned up. This is the third point bracket that mounts on the back of the tractor. Then I've got these stabilizer arms. I'm not sure if I'm going to put those on yet. And then I cleaned these up as well. These are the lift arms. They're kind of cool. They're made for both the smaller, they're double drilled so that they'll use both the smaller implement style pegs or the larger. So it's a really, like I said, it seems like it's really high quality, really heavy duty. Oh, and here's these parts over here. I cleaned them up as well. And now I'll take them back up to my dad's place and throw them on the back of the tractor. Okay, tractor's pulled in the shop. We got the third point here, and over here we have the rest of the 3-point hitch. Let's just install it on the tractor. So this 3-point hitch right here, this is a factory 3-point hitch from a John Deere A, and you can see this is your lift arm. And you can see mine, this is my aftermarket one that I'm putting on my tractor. It's probably 3 inches longer. It's lined up, oh, maybe 4 inches longer. It's lined up pretty close at that end. And at this end, it's off by about, 3 or 4 inches. Then the length of my lift arms here is about the same as the factory 3-point one. Let's see. Actually, mine are a little bit shorter. No, they're about the same. I'm going to call those the same. But then, right here, you can see my homemade lift rocker arms here. They're lined up there pretty close. But I am about, what is that? 2.5 or 3 inches shorter here. So anyway, having a shorter arm here, I'm going to have a little bit more leverage and easier time lifting heavy stuff than this one. However, since these arms are longer, my weight's out here a little bit farther, so I don't know, you could do the math and figure out which is going to be more efficient with lifting. But that's how my aftermarket 3-point hitch lines up to a factory John Deere 3-point hitch. There it is, everything installed. Bolted together real quick. The thing that took the longest was these turnbuckle things were frozen. We got this one loose, and it moves nice and freely now. This one is still stuck, but with one we should be able to do level things pretty well. Anyway, let's start it up and move the 3-point hitch up and down. Put it back in the barn, and then next time we come up, I will work on the steering, get that fixed. Okay. All done.
Pretty good, son.
Yeah.
Let's take the battery out.
Yeah.